Well, got to tell you, I'm pissed off. I called it in the pregame. I did. I was worried about Husso, and he did the exact same freaking thing he did the last game. Exact same thing. And I don't care if you think goals should run on somebody else. It's his job to stop the freaking puck. Oh, I'm pissed. And also, this is the problem with Berube style hockey. When all you're concerned about is hitting people, you get nowhere. Right? I'm pretty sure this is Trexan, the wild
Oh, jeez.
Trexan. Go up on that post that you're on, and where it says I'm going live on StreamYard. Click on that so I can see your name. You know how to do it, buddy. Tammy says, I'm not upset with their play. Their second goal was pure luck. No, I'm absolutely upset with their play. To be fair, those weren't his fault. Yes, they what? I'm sorry, the second one absolutely was. He put it in the net.
I mean, you could say what you want, but that's just what Kaprizov does. That's when you're a good player like that, you score goals like that. And I mean,
Right.
that's on. You swayed me, guy, because before I was thinking, Husso can't save everything. I mean, that's a 2-on-1, but it's like at the end of the day, I mean, you got to make saves, right? If you're a
You
goaltender,
got to make saves. You do. You cannot give up 2 goals on the first 3 shots 2 games in a row.
Regardless of how good the scoring chances are, and I'm psyched that how good the Wild started this game off. I mean, and this has been physical. And I think everybody knew
that's the other problem. The other problem is it should have never gotten to the breakaway part. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be so loud, Ian.
Well, whoever was pinching there was a dumb pinch.
Well, no, it wasn't that. I couldn't see who the Wild player was, but they pulled somebody down and it didn't get called.
No, is that what you're talking about? Because he didn't pull anybody down. He was around him, and he just tapped.
There was a bunch of holding when the Blues were on that cycle. There was a lot of holding going on that didn't get called. That should have never gotten no breakaway. There should have been a couple of penalties called there. I'm not. No, he didn't. Kaprizov pulled the puck to the net and then went off his skate. The goal goes in because he's so far out of the net that he's able to bounce back. I'm sorry. That goal is on Husso. That goal is on Husso. Right, no, go ahead, man. I'm fired up. I'm fired up. I am. This is the problem with Berube's system.
Well, and I think the Wild speed is really showing. Sorry, guys. I think Wild speed is really starting to show through here because there's a lot of those transitions. I mean, there was Brodin was in all alone there. You saw that. And then the Blues are giving up the center of the ice a lot. I mean, in that last 20 seconds, that slot shot by Kaprizov, that was a really good save by Husso because it was almost 3-0. He came out to challenge just in time.
Right.
And it looked like Krug left.
Oh, no, hey, Trexan, you don't get – this isn't you going live. You're able to do that. All you do, if you click on that, it's just gonna show. It's not going live. It's just gonna allow your comment to see your name, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, so I've been in that studio jail where I couldn't go live too, but my name will still show up. If you just click on that, it'll let me see your name, bud. Makes it a little easier for me. Well, I respect Tammy. That's what you're allowed to disagree, and that's fine. Lance, you're the goalie. What's your point on this? I'm sorry. When he gave up that second one, I would have yanked him.
I wouldn't have. I just wouldn't. It's one of those fluke goals, and he wasn't that far out of the net. His problem on that goal, guy, when you are in that position and a Minnesota player is at the left post behind you, you hug that damn left post as much as you can. You don't skate out 12 to 16 inches like he was, or maybe a foot and a half. You've got to hug that post because he's going to either come back around to that side or you got to slide across. You got to push off and slide across to the right post because he's going to try to go around that side. That second goal is just inexcusable in my mind.
Yeah, I'm same way. And that's why I'm sorry. It's not. You can say the goals weren't against him all you want. That's not the point. The point is 2 games in a row, you're down 0-2 or 2-0 on 3 freaking shots. 2 games in a row. That's a pattern. Yank his ass. He's not playing up to par, and the guys, for whatever reason, aren't playing the way they need. Send a message right away. I'm sorry, 2 games in a row, you got to do it. And then it's not just that. Go back to last season. He did that all last season.
Yeah, he did.
He gave up a goal in the first 5 shots in a bunch of games last season.
Yeah,
and Ian, I apologize if I'm yelling and I'm loud.
That's all right.
Please forgive
all
me.
right. And the thing about it is, I don't pull him just yet, but I want to get back to the fact of why I wanted Bennington starting. Bennington had been in the minors a lot longer than Husso had. He'd played more games, not much, in the minors. He had a Stanley Cup experience. I don't think Bennington makes that mistake of not hugging that post and either staying on that left post or sliding across to the right post.
I also think Bennington makes the 2-on-1 shot. I think he makes that save.
That would have been a little tougher because it was a perfect pass and he did push off. He just didn't push off in time to slide across. But
Bennington sets more center on the shooter. Yeah. So he's able to get over. I
square
to the shooter.
Yeah, I don't think Bennington commits as much and sells himself out on the right side, knowing it's going to go to the left side.
That again after he falls down with the Kaprizov, saving the first Kaprizov, he lazily gets back up and he angles his skate right towards the net. Kaprizov seen it and banks it right off his skate. Yeah.
I would have done the same thing if I was him. I mean, he's not paying attention, and that's what a veteran goaltender will help you with. This game would be 1-0. Maybe, I'm not going to put that first goal fully on him because he did adjust quickly. My question is, did he commit to the guy with the puck too much? Because what you're supposed to do, guys, you're a goaltender, you commit to the guy with the puck and hope your defense can get the other people. But if you see a guy, it's 2-on-1, you've got to make that decision as to when you're going to slide.
You got to cheat a little bit.
You got to cheat a little bit, not a lot.
I will say this. Scandella went down way too soon. If Scandella doesn't go down, that pass doesn't go across.
No, he's going to have to shoot. If Scandella waits about a second and a half more, he's got no place to pass it to, and he's going to have to shoot it.
Absolutely. Scandella went down too soon on that.
I will tell you this, Guy, I'm so disappointed. I'm so disappointed because, the Blues come in and that whole pregame thing. And this is why, you and I talked about it. We're not going to agree that home ice advantage doesn't have an advantage. But my thing is these guys are supposedly pumped. We're going to be playing in front of the fans. They're loud. There's no excuse when it's tied 1-1 to come into your building for the third game to have a chance to jump on a team that's traveled, although not far, to jump on them and get them off their game quickly. The Blues, if you watch that, they stood around a lot and watched Minnesota just move that puck around.
Krug's not coming back. Krug's out.
No.
Out for
it looks like he hurt himself trying to hit.
Yeah, again, this is the problem, and I've talked about this before. All you guys out there that love this hit, this is the problem with that.
That's right.
Right? When all you worry about is hitting, you leave open lanes. You leave all that stuff, and that's why we're down 2-0. We're too worried about hitting. And when we were on the cycle, nobody they didn't bring the Wild to them. And then the other thing was the Wild were holding along the wall, and the ref is letting it go. Yet he's calling it on the Blues. So I'm not happy with the way the refs are calling this game. I'll be honest with you there.
Well, and Boldy, I don't know. I mean, you have to. I think you have to step up there. But Boldy, he had already gotten. It was like a little bit late. Like he already had gotten rid of the puck. He didn't have to try to. But for whatever reason, the Blues were just in hit mode. And Boldy is a big kid. He's like what? I think he's like 6'3", 200 something. And Krug is what is Krug? Isn't he 5'9", something like that? I just don't know why you try to step up on a guy like that. I mean, you try to slow him down a little bit.
You know what, Matt Lowe?
I disagree.
Hold on, I got a comment. Matt Lowe, if this was reversed, if Bennington would have given up 2 goals on the first 3 shots in game 2, and then given up 2 goals on the first 3 shots in this game, I'd have been saying the same thing. Pull him. This is a pattern with Husso. This isn't new. Now, he got through it and didn't do it most of the season, but here we are in the playoffs, and it's right back to same old freaking Husso, the same Husso that we had last season that didn't do us any good. We're right back to it.
And this is
He does not have the playoff mentality, and we've talked about that for 2 weeks.
Yeah, and he's a good goalie, but you know what? He doesn't have that playoff experience, number one. Number two, this is why I wanted the Blues to trade him, and the Blues did take offers before the trade deadline, but they decided internally that Hofer, if they lose, they're going to lose Husso this offseason, that Hofer will be their guy next year, most likely. And if you've made that decision already, you should have let him go. And in my mind, even Hofer as a rookie, that's a mistake that second goal is just really irking me. Because I didn't play professionally. Yeah, I was offered a college scholarship on UMD, Minnesota Duluth. But, hey, I didn't play in college. I was offered it but didn't take it. But I can tell you right now, I wouldn't have made that move. I'd have been hugging that left post, getting ready to push off and slide over to the right post if he comes around. There's no excuse for that second goal.
Yep, I agree with you. Hey, Lance, hold on a second. I got business to do. Mike Martino, I think the third. This is the first time I've seen you. Welcome to the show. I'm Guy the Wild Blues fan. I'm joined with my sometimes co-host, Lance DeScott from The Drop. Not sure where Ashley is. She's probably letting us do. And then I have from the Minnesota Wild fanhood, Ian, the Minnesota Wild fan. I think he's got 57 up there, or 97. What do you got? 57, right, 57. Bud? Yeah, there you go. Minnesota Wild fan 57, Ian. Ian's a good friend of ours, and he's joining us for these games. So welcome. And hey, guys, don't forget to put those thumbs up on Facebook, YouTube, and wherever you're watching this. We'd really appreciate it, man. Give us some love. Give us some love.
I want to – I'm sorry about the radio guy, just,
Oh, no, you're fine, man. Right. I know you're on call, bud. They gave it back with the horrible 2 minutes. No, that too many men on ice was a good call. I'm sorry. You look at where they were. Where he's past the where they give about 5 feet, right? So from the edge of the board to about the center of the face-off dot, right? That's the area that you get. He was past the face-off dot. That's too many men on ice.
Well, it's not just that. He didn't even realize how many people were on there, and he didn't get back. He didn't try to get back until that whistle was blown, and that you may as well just stay out there then, because you're not going to get away with it. I mean, it's stupid,
right? I'm not completely sure where you're going with this, Matt.
He's talking about Krug, I think. I think he's talking about Krug.
I think we are, bud. Jose, I think we are, and welcome, Jose. You're a great friend. I appreciate you. Letting Petro walk. Again, they didn't let Petro walk. They didn't give him what he wanted, which the thing that he wanted is the thing that has the Knights missing the playoffs right now. You have to remember that. I hope so, bud. I hope so.
And the thing about it is, in all honesty, I like Pietrangelo. I think he's a top 20, 25 defenseman in the league. In my mind, right now, he's not a top 5 defenseman. He does make some mistakes in the playoffs. We've seen him allow pucks to get over the blue line in the playoffs in the offensive zone. And think of where this team would be right now if they would have signed him for $8.4 million, which was their last offer. Can you imagine? Saad wouldn't be here. Buchnevich wouldn't be here. This team would not have finished third in the Central if they would have kept Pietrangelo.
Oh, you wouldn't have Krug either. You wouldn't have Krug either.
Nope.
Right. Let's see. Mike says he needs to throw guys. Please do not throw me in front of the net. I've already broke my hand once. I don't need to get thrown in front of the net, but I appreciate that. Hip check was the only way Krug is going to be fine hitting Boldy, maybe. I seen it, but I didn't see it. I was so frustrated. Guy, take a deep breath and count to 3. No, I will not. Bulldogs, I think that's for you there, Matt. Lindgren, no. Lindgren's not the answer either.
No.
No matter who wins this round, the Avalanche will defeat them. The couple of Wild will remain... The Cupless Wild will remain Cupless. Well, Trexan, I don't think that. Actually, I had a Wild fan. I had a Avs fan. They're worried about the Wild. I hope you guys take care of the Wild. They're not worried about the Blues, but
hey, Trexan, I can tell you right now, every Wild player has got a cup. It's just not the kind that you win at the end of the season. So
yeah, it's the one that keeps your yards safe.
Yeah.
Ooh, Matt Lowe, I'm going to show this. I'm going to show this thing, but I want you to understand. I almost don't want to, because this is almost disrespectful, but I'm going to go ahead and show it anyways. He says, no offense, Lance, but the people I've heard talk about Husso and how good he is, I value a lot higher than whatever you and your so-called sources say, Bud. Well, Matt
Well,
Lowe, go ahead, Lance. Again,
Matt
be
Lowe,
respectful. I asked you
no,
to be respectful.
I will. I'll be very respectful. When you play goalie for 36 years, and most of those at a somewhat high level, at least in my teens and 20s, and somebody within the Blues organization, yeah, they like Husso, but they almost traded him. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It was a very hard decision for Armstrong and then ultimately Berube not to trade him, knowing that they're probably going to lose him in free agency. He's a good goalie. He's a 1B or a backup. He is not a guy that can play 50, 55 games a year and be your true number one. He's just not.
Santini season. Baden Blitzer. I'm not buying that, man. I'm wondering how long Leddy and Bertuzzo are going to be out. I don't think Bertuzzo comes back for the playoffs. Leddy, I think, could be back in a game or two. Yeah, to be honest, it just depends. Yeah. He's got one of them injuries where it could linger or it could go away tomorrow. Parayko is so weak. He frustrates me with his big shot, always misses wide. That I will understand some of that, but I'm not there. How about a live chat during without play-by-play? I've tried that before, and it just doesn't feel good.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, bud.
If Rutherford, who never played hockey in his life, or one of them other writers told you what I just told you, you wouldn't dare say they're so-called sources. Just because I'm not a credentialed media person doesn't mean I don't know people. I played hockey all through Canada. I know a lot of people. Are my sources always right? No, but I trust this source a lot. Otherwise, I'd keep my mouth shut. Ask Guy. There's things I tell him that I don't ever put out on the air.
I know that, and there's things I know that I don't put out, right? And I do have an idea who one or two of his sources are, and I will say that they are pretty connected. So we'll just go with that.
Yeah. And I do respect his opinion. Trust me, Matt. I do respect your opinion.
If we didn't have Husso this season, we might not have even made the playoffs. I don't agree with that at all, right? He really helped us when Benner was off his game. Yes, he did. He did help us when Benner was off his game. But down the stretch, and I don't care who Benner played, he played better.
Yeah, and another thing is, by Husso getting a chance to go, and he started to win a few games because he was playing well and the team was playing well in front of him. That didn't allow Bennington to get back in the rotation quickly and play several games in a row. And he had COVID this year. And if you're a goalie playing once every 5 games, you're not going to be as sharp as a goalie playing every night. You're just not.
So what do the Blues, you think, have to do to get back in this game here?
Be honest. Simple. They've got to get better pucks on net and get people in front of the net.
I've got to address him again. If you want a diamond ring, Matt Lowe, 12, do you go to a jeweler who's got experience with diamond rings, or do you go to a guy that's never got any experience with diamond rings, has no idea what anything's worth? I wouldn't be up here spouting my mouth if I didn't have experience. And playing as long as I did, I've got experience. I know a good goaltender from a bad goaltender and a backup from a non-backup. I respect your opinion, but you're wrong in this aspect.
Yeah, well, hey, first of all, let me do business again. Michael Aaron Pryor, welcome to the show. I don't think I've ever seen you before. I'm Guy the Y Blues fan, host of the Blue Note Fan Report, where we do pregame, postgame, and intermission shows to give you a chance to talk about what's going on. And I know we're almost out of time here. I want to say a big thank you to Tammy Pemberton, Michael Edwards, Mike Martino III, Tanner Leanne, and Don Von Pollock. I've known Don since I was in high school. We used to work at the Lion's Choice in Bridgeton together. The old one. The old one. Yep, the old one. Yep. So I just got to go there. Guys, the game is almost back on. I'm sorry I didn't get to all of yours.
Discussion, guys.
Keep watching the show and come back for the second intermission. Save it, share it with your friends. We had 20 up to 25. I want to get 50 before this series ends. I want 50 people watching one of the shows. You guys can make that happen. Thank you so much. Ian, are you still good to go, bud? For the second intermission?
Should be good. Should be good.
Okay, and then Lance, I got you, and hopefully Ashley's not mad at us. So love you guys. Let's see you at the second intermission.